of our virtual summer reading program today is all about Bubbles. This book is called Bubbles by Kid Chase. It's published by Penguin Books. Kangaroo loved to blow bubbles. One day she saw some mysterious bubbles, so she followed the bubble trail. And found a koala. I'd like to find a koala on a bubble trail. "Hello," said Kangaroo, and Koala didn't say hello. Koala climbed a tree instead. Koala's a little shy. "Brother," said Kangaroo, slowly walking away. Oh, poor Kangaroo looks so sad. Kangaroo sat down to think and blow bubbles. Soon some bubbles floated by again. Kangaroo and Koala blew friendly bubbles to each other. They blew small bubbles and big bubbles, crocodile bubbles and tiger bubbles. It was a happy bubble party. Suddenly the bubbles began to stick together, and they grew bigger and bigger. And even bigger. The bubbles had turned into a great big bubble monster, and it was heading right toward Kangaroo. "Yikes!" squawked Koala. "Help!" squealed Kangaroo. All of a sudden, Koala felt brave. "Let's go get that bubble monster," said Koala. And they did. They popped all the bubbles for the bubble monster. Pop! 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 Kangaroo and Koala looked around. The bubble monster was gone. "Hello," said Kangaroo. "Hello," said Koala. And Kangaroo had bubble gum in her pocket. And they blew bubbles happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story. We'll see you again next week. Bye. We had our own bubble monster at the library. We had to get rid of it. Pop, pop, pop.
Invention of Bubblegum by Megan McCarthy. The publisher is Simon & Schuster for Kids. Pop, The Invention of Bubblegum by Megan McCarthy. On a small street in Philadelphia in the 1920s, there was a factory owned by the Fleer family. Inside the factory, lots of gum and candy were made. Working upstairs was a young accountant named Walter DeMere. His job was to add numbers and balance budgets. He knew lots about math, but not much about gum. There wasn't enough space in the building, so a new experimental laboratory was moved into the office next to Walter's. It came in lots of beakers, pots, and tubes. What could be going on? The biggest secret was that the company was trying to make a new kind of gum. Chewing gum had already been around for centuries. Men in top hats and women in puffy dresses chewed gum for fun and to cure things like stomach aches. The ancient Greeks chewed the sap of the Merzeric tree. And American Indians introduced early settlers to spruce tree resin, a sticky substance that could be chewed. Hi-ho, gum wasn't that exciting, but what if gum chewers could blow bubbles? Now that would be something, a world full of bubblegum blowers. Every day, Walter watched what went on inside the laboratory. There wasn't much progress. One day, his boss gestured towards one of the kettles containing a gum experiment and said, "Watch that, will you?" After a while, I was not only watched it, I was doing it. Walter said he added a bit of this and that, but still nothing. Perhaps making a new gum was impossible after all, and soon Walter's boss had given up. But Walter hadn't. He spent months playing with different mixtures. Finally, something happened. Bubbles. Big, glorious bubbles. The mixture needed flavor, so Walter added a bit of cinnamon, a dash of wintergreen, a drop of vanilla. Could this bubbly batch be bubble gum? Walter put a wad in his mouth to begin to chew. When the time was right, he blew a magnificent bubble. "I had it," Walter said. Exactly, he passed out the mixture for his co-workers to try. We were blowing bubbles and prancing all over the place. But Walter didn't give up. Back to work he went. After many more months of adding this and that, top secret ingredients he would never share, Walter found what he was looking for. It bubbled and popped. Could this batch finally be bubble gum? To finish off his grand creation needed some color. Pink coloring was the only one I had at hand, said the inventor, so it went. A batch was cut to pieces. About 5 pounds of it was brought to a local mom and pop store. It was the day after Christmas. The kids who came into the store got the present of a lifetime. They were the first people in the world to try bubble gum. That worked. That day, Walter gave lessons on how to blow bubbles. Everyone loved bubble gum. When the kids discovered what it could do, it sold out that afternoon, Walter said. Walter's Double Bubble was such a success that Fleer Corporation made truckloads of delicious bubble gum. It was delivered to small stores and big stores. Small and big stores and delivery trucks. After being promoted to vice president and then later retiring from Fleer, Walter enjoyed the rest of his life in a relaxed manner. He was known to ride around on a giant tricycle and liked to invite the neighbors over for what else? Gum blowing contest. Walter Demir never got rich from his invention, but he didn't seem to mind. "I've done something with my life," and he said, "I've made kids happy all over the world." Here's just a few facts about bubblegum. Who chewed the most bubblegum in 2006? If you voted kids, you'll be wrong. The answer is college-educated women in their 30s. Go figure. Studies have shown that chewing gum actually helps people concentrate. If you swallow gum, it won't stay in your stomach for 7 years. That's just a folklore suggestion. And it ends up in the same place where the rest of food does. You should know. Chewing gum on an airplane will prevent your ears from popping. The more you chew, the more your saliva makes. The more you will swallow, which causes the pressure in your head to become balanced. Didn't know that. Detectives can find criminals by comparing their chewing gum. An imprint of their teeth is left in it to their dental records. If you chew gum nonstop for a straight year, you will lose 11 pounds. Good luck with that, though. Chewing sugarless gum can prevent tooth decay, increasing saliva, get rid of nasty bacteria. This type of found in gum is thought to have actually healed cavities. A new kind of gum is being invented, the one that doesn't stick. Professor Crossgrove is a British scientist who works with the plastics. After noticing blacking wads of gum on the sidewalks, he thought, "You think perhaps it's pigeon poo?" Tested his new invention on some sidewalk and found it rinses off with rainwater. Well, Double Bubble was included in ration kits for American soldiers in World War II. Desperate times called desperate measures. During World War II, some kids kept their double bubble alive in glasses of water at night. Some even managed to continue one piece as long as a month. Double bubble, although harder, not as flavorful as newer brands, does blow some of the best bubbles. It's recommended that you chew the gum until it loses most of its flavoring. Or chew a sugarless brand. The sugar in the gum makes it harder to blow bubbles because it doesn't stretch well. I didn't know that. Well, that was some facts about bubble gum and the interesting story about bubble gum called Pop, the invention of bubble gum. I hope you enjoyed it today. I'm Ryan. Have a good day.